I remember being 30 miles into a grueling weekend ride when my right foot went completely numb. Slipping off the pedal moments later, I nearly crashed. That was the day I learned buying the wrong bike shoes isn't just uncomfortable, it is actually dangerous. Finding a pair balancing power transfer, breathability, and all-day comfort can feel like solving an impossible puzzle of marketing hype. Today, I am breaking down the top 5 bike shoes, ending with the pair that completely transformed my riding experience. Let's find your perfect fit. 5. Shimano S-PHYRE X801. When I first strapped these onto my feet for a mixed surface ride, I was immediately struck by the aggressive carbon composite sole. Shimano promises elite level stiffness, and out of the box, they certainly deliver that rigid platform you need for explosive power transfer. The surround wrapping upper pattern is designed to reduce overlap, and combined with the BOA Li 2 dial, it offers a micro-adjustable fit that feels incredibly secure during those initial miles. However, as my testing pushed past the 2-hour mark, some undeniable flaws began to surface. The stiffness that felt so great on the pedals translated into a surprisingly harsh ride when the terrain got chunky. Vibration seemed to travel straight through the sole into my foot, leading to hot spots right behind the cleat. While the BOA dial is fantastic for quick adjustments, the actual volume of the toe box feels noticeably restrictive, especially if your feet naturally swell during long, hot rides in the summer sun. Another point of friction I encountered with the RX 801 is the synthetic leather upper. Shimano claims it balances breathability with durability, but in my real-world testing, it leaned way too far into the latter. On a humid 90-degree day, my feet were practically baking inside these shoes. The ventilation holes are present, but they simply do not allow enough airflow to keep you comfortable when you are grinding up a steep, exposed gravel climb. Ultimately, the Shimano S-PHYRE X801 is a beautifully constructed piece of footwear with top-tier power transfer, but it demands a very specific foot shape and a rider who prioritizes stiffness over sustained comfort. 4. Endura Men's Hummvee. Visually, these look fantastic, blending the aesthetic of a classic skate shoe with the rugged demands of off-road cycling. When I first laced them up for a session on my local trail network, I appreciated how casual they felt. You can comfortably walk into a coffee shop mid-ride without walking awkwardly or slipping on tile floors. The core feature Endura highlights here is their proprietary sticky foot rubber compound on the outsole. During my initial descents, the grip on my flat pedals was genuinely impressive. The pins bit into the rubber securely, giving me the confidence to throw the bike around without worrying about my foot sliding off during a jump. The flex of the shoe is also dialed in nicely for walking, striking a reasonable balance between pedaling efficiency and off-bike mobility. But as the testing weeks wore on, the Hummvee revealed some frustrating shortcomings that hold it back from greatness. The very flexibility that makes them great for walking means you are sacrificing a noticeable amount of power transfer on the bike. On extended climbs, I could feel my foot wrapping around the pedal ever so slightly, which led to premature calf fatigue. Furthermore, the durability of that sticky foot rubber is questionable. After just a few rough rides, I noticed significant chewing and tearing where the pedal pins make contact. Additionally, these shoes act like absolute sponges if you get caught in a downpour or have to cross a creek. The padded tongue and plush interior soak up water instantly, and they take an agonizingly long time to dry out. 3. Fotgoat MTB-Shoes. Positioned at a highly accessible price point, I initially had low expectations for how these would perform on the trail. However, from the moment I installed my cleats and hit the single track, they proved to be incredibly capable. The synthetic leather upper wraps the foot snugly, providing a supportive cradle that immediately gave me confidence right out of the gate. What really impressed me was the implementation of their rotary dial lacing system. Usually, budget-friendly shoes struggle with precise tensioning, but the dial on the Fotgoat shoes tightens smoothly and evenly across the bridge of the foot. During a demanding 4-hour cross-country ride, I was able to reach down and make micro adjustments on the fly without breaking my rhythm. The fiberglass reinforced nylon sole offers a brilliant sweet spot, providing enough rigidity to sprint up punchy climbs without making your feet go numb. Off the bike, the heavily lugged TPU tread design is an absolute lifesaver. I took these on a route that required a steep, muddy hike-a-bike section, and the traction was stellar. Unlike stiffer, pure racing shoes that act like ice skates in the mud, the Fotgoat shoes dug deep into the soil, keeping me upright. They also feature a remarkably roomy toe box, which kept my toes from feeling crushed when the trail pointed aggressively downhill. While they might lack the prestige of big-name brands, the Fotgoat MTB-Shoes deliver genuine, robust performance that punches way above their weight class. They are exceptionally durable, easy to clean after a muddy ride, and offer a level of all-day comfort that is hard to find in this category. 2. Tommaso Strada. When I unboxed the Strada, the quality of the craftsmanship was instantly apparent. I set them up with Delta cleats to test them out on an indoor trainer before taking them to the tarmac, and the power transfer was nothing short of phenomenal. Every ounce of energy I pushed into the pedals translated directly into forward momentum. A massive highlight of the Strada is its superior breathability. The shoe features extensive mesh inserts along the toe and side panels, which work in tandem with a perforated tongue. During a sweltering outdoor tempo ride, the airflow was incredible. I could actually feel the breeze cooling my feet, preventing the dreaded mid-ride sweat buildup. This same ventilation makes them an absolute dream for hot, sweaty indoor cycling sessions on a Peloton or similar setup. The closure system relies on a classic ratcheting micro-adjust buckle paired with 2 ergonomic Velcro straps. While some riders prefer the modern dual-dial systems, I found this traditional setup to be bomb-proof and incredibly secure. The buckle pulls the heel deeply into the shoe's cup, eliminating any heel slip during aggressive out-of-the-saddle sprints. The fiberglass reinforced sole is beautifully sculpted, offering elite-level stiffness that road cyclists demand for maximum efficiency. The Tommaso Strada represents incredible engineering and rider-focused design. It wraps your foot in plush, breathable comfort without sacrificing an ounce of pedaling performance. Whether you are grinding out a century ride on rural backroads or hitting a personal record in your living room, the Strada performs flawlessly. It is a premium, high-performance shoe that will satisfy even the most demanding road cyclists, making it an easy choice for the number 2 position. 1. S-PHYRE SHRC 903. This is the shoe you see on the feet of World Tour professionals, and after testing them extensively, I can confidently say they are worth every bit of the hype. The moment I slipped my foot into the RC 903, it felt less like putting on a shoe and more like pulling on a custom-molded compression sock. The 360-degree surround wrapping upper creates a seamless, glove-like fit that is simply unmatched. Power transfer in the RC 903 is absolute perfection. The ultra-rigid carbon hollow midsole is incredibly light yet uncompromisingly stiff. During my most aggressive sprints, there was zero discernible flex. It felt as though my foot was directly bolted to the crankset, ensuring that zero watts were wasted. Shimano utilizes dual low-profile BOA Li2 metal dials that allow you to fine-tune the tension with millimeter precision, ensuring optimal blood flow while maintaining an iron grip on your foot. What truly sets the RC 903 apart from everything else on the market is its revolutionary anti-twist heel cup stabilization. In other shoes, violent pedaling efforts can cause your heel to shift, but the RC 903 locks your foot in a biomechanically perfect position. I took these on a grueling mountain ascent with sustained double-digit gradients, and the efficiency of my pedal stroke was noticeably improved. The localized perforations on the synthetic leather also manage heat beautifully, keeping my feet cool even when my heart rate was maxed out. The Shimano S-PHYRE SHRC 903 is a masterpiece of cycling technology. It represents the absolute pinnacle of comfort, lightweight design, and raw power transfer.